Hi Capricorn, I hope that you're all doing well. We're here with a timeless reading. We are starting off first with Four of Swords. Four of Swords can be a time where you can feel like you need to unwind or relax. Whether you want to do it or not, you can feel like you don't really have a choice, or maybe you're making a choice to do it. What this means too is that you can feel like right now you need time to recharge, which usually means that something's been going on where there's been an exerting of energy, there's been an exerting of your force, or you've been busy with something. So having Four of Swords come out now, it can be you realizing, hey, I need to take a break. Hey, I need some time to myself right now. Hey, I need to recharge in some way. Some of you might need to talk about something that can be part of this too. In this card, there's a couch on it, and it reminds me of like going to therapy or something. So there can be you wanting to talk something out, or this can even be resting because there's a couch there, but it's a one that maybe you're going to be relaxing, or maybe this is even going to be doing something that's a downtime activity that you enjoy. Like maybe you want to read or something like that. Whatever it is that you enjoy to do that's going to feel relaxing, or something that you know is going to be good for you and your health. Because sometimes that's not always stuff that we see as being the most fun, but it can be, we can get good results from that sort of thing. Not really feeling in the mood. We have Four of Cups here. Wow, for the first time on this Four of Cups card, I'm seeing something that I've never noticed before. It looks to me like there's an element of water, and so I'm seeing a reflection on this card. You can feel like what your environment is reflecting back to you is this feeling of you not really being in the place to connect right now. What I'm noticing too with the Four of Cups is that your energy on this card feels like there's stuff that you have in front of you. At the same time, it feels kind of empty, like you've finished with it, but it almost feels like not ready to take on the next thing. So there can be sort of something hovering around you, and you can feel like, I have this that I'm cleaning up here, finishing with. And because of that feeling of not ready to jump into the next thing yet, you can feel like everything that's coming at you right now is kind of stuff that you want to push away a little bit, or that you don't want to pull towards you anyway. There can be an offer for you to connect with or dance with your past, or connect with energies that you're familiar with. Simultaneously, you can feel like, I'm not up for that right now because I'm not really in the space right now. That doesn't mean that on a day that you'd feel prepared, this isn't something that you would welcome. It just feels like this is very reflective of you're going through a process right now, and this is something that you don't necessarily want to take on right now just because of where you are in this moment. And that's a sign for you of needing to recharge, of needing to ground, of needing to center, of needing to do some type of self-care. Take care of yourself. Okay. Nostalgic sadness coming up. This feels like a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. In some ways, this is kind of like feeling like I need to recover. In other ways, there's a sentimentality to it. In other ways, there's a loss or a shedding and a releasing, a letting go. All that's happening. It feels like kind of one thing after the other that's occurring here. Turning over a new leaf, I'm seeing that be part of this. This feels like one of those processes that you're going through where you feel like the caterpillar and you know that you're turning into the butterfly, but as you're going through that process, there's that acceptance of like every stage within the process that I'm seeing. That you're attempting to embrace here, like doing your best to embrace for sure. Because what I keep seeing is 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and so this feels like you're in the middle of something ending and a new beginning, in that in-between space right now, and so you can feel like you sort of have a foot in both, and it can just feel like a strange time or an odd time because of that, and you can be having a lot of stuff, because I'm even seeing there be this kind of wanting to disengage from things, but then feeling connected and almost feeling comforted or that sense of familiarity, but then there being this sad feeling or this coming to terms feeling, and it feels like all of this stuff, because Four of Cups I sometimes see that as almost being I'm like overwhelmed, or I don't even want to feel connected to anything right now because I'm already dealing with this and I don't want to take on more. And it can also be a feeling of numbness or like being even turned off or disconnected. But then you have the Six of Cups, which is that feeling into things again and even enjoying the feeling into things again, but then things being sad again. And it just feels like this little process that's happening here that you're going through that kind of feels a bit like, so you can feel that there is an ebb and a flow, like you're on just different waves, and sometimes you're at the top of it and sometimes it's crashing down and you're like in your little boat sort of experiencing this whole thing as it's taking place, and also trying to recover simultaneously, it feels. I do get like a melancholy, but I'm also seeing there be, it's not all like that. It feels like it's a mix of things, because this doesn't only feel like this is purely sad and that's it. There's other stuff that's in this too that doesn't feel like that. I'm seeing a hydrangea here on the Six of Cups. I'm seeing 4, 4, 4, all in a group together. We have Four of Swords, we have Four of Cups, and we have Four of Wands. Part of you that feels like I don't want to take anything else on right now feels like it has to do with you in your personal life, how you're feeling. Kind of this being a sign of, before I go and put more on my plate, I want to deal with what I already have going on. Like, please keep that away from me right now. There's also to this, I know that I need to recalibrate, and also to this desire for things to be working routinely, even the way where it feels like there's not that stuck energy where stuff is just moving the way that it's supposed to be moving, feeling the way that it's supposed to be feeling, supportive of you the way that you need it to be supportive of you so you can function properly. Because I'm also seeing there be a time of happiness here, and I'm seeing there be a time of connection here, and I'm seeing there be a time of even celebration for some of you. This can be something within your personal life that you are celebrating. Simultaneously, because of having the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups here, you can feel like it's great that that's going on, and there is a part of me that's like very happy about this, and simultaneously I'm still recovering from things. It's almost like if you have something great going on, but you are still recovering your energy, you can feel like you can't be as present to enjoy that because you're still getting to a place where you can be present to enjoy that. And that's what I'm seeing here with the energy. So even though I'm seeing something go on and there be feelings like this is how you want things to be, and this is how you feel like this is how they work, this is how I want them to work, this is how I wanted things to be. It can be like all of the efforts that were needed to get to this place, you're now recovering from all the energy that took. And then once you're sort of recharged, you'll be able to stand in that moment and be present to things being the way that you want them to be, and you'll be able to look around and then enjoy it and connect with it in that moment. So if you're feeling a little bit disconnected, that's why. It's not that anything's wrong, it's that you're still recovering your energy here. I wonder too if you're having like happy memories about the past that are surfacing, that you're sort of it feels like as something comes up and it's like this happy memory that you had, or like a joyful memory, or something that, a moment that meant something to you, a memory that meant something to you, and that nostalgic feeling about it, there being some type of mourning, release, acceptance, letting go that's also happening, so you can sort of resolve all of that that's coming up. Like this is bringing things up for you. It reminds me of, let's say that you're transferring all of the, metaphorically speaking, you're transferring all of these photos and videos to the cloud, or to somewhere where they're gonna go with the rest of everything else, but you then have to like delete it off of your phone because you have other stuff going on now. It feels kind of like that, like going through and remembering those times, and then like it's being uploaded elsewhere. Like it's not like you don't have access to this stuff anymore, but it almost feels like this deleting it off your phone, which feels more so like your everyday energetic use, that you're sort of making more room for this next chapter because that's part of the old chapter that you're sort of migrating out of now. I'm getting the letter M here being significant. I was getting that in the beginning too. There can be a special word that has M, or there can be a name, or just something significant about the letter M. I don't understand this yet. Hold on. I need to clarify. Or do I? I feel like you're having a really normal emotional experience about what you're going through, but you're thrown off by it because you think there's like an issue with it. But from what I'm seeing, it looks really normal, but then you can start overthinking about things, or feel stuck about things, or feel like you're not supposed to be having just the normal experience that you're having. It feels like there's this almost resistance to allowing yourself to go through the process naturally that you're going through right now, as if it's like you almost don't feel like you should be processing a different way, but you don't need to be. There's no reason to. There's nothing wrong with the way that you're processing. But I almost get this feeling of I should be feeling like this, or I should be feeling like that, and then because you don't, there being what you feel like is an issue. Because what I'm seeing is that if you have something going on that's really great, amongst everything else that's going on, the part of you that's dealing with other things is not on board with that part, and then you feeling stuck, like there's something wrong then with you and the experience that you're having. Like like you're not allowing yourself to just have your own process. I feel like you're trying to force yourself to not have the process that you're having, which I don't really understand why you're doing that when it's just part of your process. But you can be sort of dealing with things emotionally, and there can be a part of you that's sort of learning and growing through this emotionally to be able to like gentle parent yourself through this, or like gently accept yourself and the process that you're going through. I almost get the feeling of you looking at yourself and being like, why aren't you just 100% happy about this? Like, why are you having any other feelings about this? And it's just like, why are you doing that to yourself? Why do you have to be 100% happy? Why can't you also be having the normal response that you're having to everything else that's going on? Because this is a multifaceted experience that you're having here, and it's not only just wonderful and happy. Like, what about the percentage that's going to the rest of stuff? It just feels like that's normal, that that's happening, and that's your experience here, and that you're finding your way through this, and there's nothing wrong with the way that you're feeling. It's just when that judgment comes of, why am I not feeling like at 100% excited, enthusiastic, like foaming at the mouth. It's just, you're having a normal experience here to everything, and you don't need to think that something's wrong or wrong with you because you're having the experience that you're having. Because this, to get specific about this, it feels like one of those times when you almost think like that you shouldn't get a break, or that you shouldn't need time to recharge. I wonder if this ultimately comes down to this feeling of like needing to be productivity, and perceiving rest and recovery as almost unnecessary, and then not being okay when you're getting these signs that that's actually what you need, and then thinking something's wrong, because why would you need time to recover from something or to recharge when all of us do? I'm seeing I think it's called a Bodhi tree. I think it's Bodhi, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but I think that that's what it is. And I know that there's some type of spiritual connection with that. That's drawing my attention here. I'm getting an activation on the right side of the crown. Receptive to your own experience. I almost get this feeling like you kind of being surprised when you have these normal human responses, and you're not just like responding like a robot or something. You can, I mean, it sounds like kind of funny when I say it like that, but you can actually look into this and feel like that's sort of how you've been treating yourself a little bit. Things can be great, and you can also still be recovering, and that's okay. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your process. There's nothing wrong at all. Nothing wrong at all. And you're going to make new memories that you feel really happy about too. There's going to be stuff presently that feels just as good as those beautiful old things that are resurfacing. Like, you're gonna take new pictures, and then you're gonna have those on your phone, metaphorically speaking, but also maybe literally too. So there is that process of you're deleting those things, and it's not going to be right there on your phone, but it's still gonna be somewhere. It doesn't just disappear. It doesn't just be destroyed and it's not there anymore. It's still there. And also too, there's gonna be more stuff happening presently. And before you know it, those old things, there's going to be new stuff that's there. And they'll be just as happy, and you'll feel just as connected, and it'll be just as sweet for you. I actually think that things are going to be This next cycle feels like it's going to be even better than the last one was. We're ending with the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, which ultimately is going to be connected with your inner experience as you move through this. Less so about what's going on externally, more so about what's going on internally. Things are going to get back to a place where stuff feels stable and routine. That can be part of what you're missing a little bit here, but that's where I'm seeing things go to. And that's also too why it's really important for you to be taking care of yourself and doing what you need so that you can participate in all the things that need you to participate in order to get to that position. Because this is it's a traveling path that you're gonna be on. It's not just like, today automatically, like I get the 10 of Pentacles. This is something that you build towards. And so if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not really going to have the juice to go the whole journey. So this is about making sure that you're taking care of yourself now so you have what you need to be able to play out the whole journey to get ultimately where you're meaning to get to here. So that's what's going on. I just want to clarify one card here. Allow yourself to go through the whole process that you're having. There can be turmoil that you feel because of what's going on interpersonally for you, but I'm not getting there be you haven't arrived at the conclusion of how you feel yet, and so allow yourself to go through the process yet before it's ready to happen, conclude something. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.